Yeah, the parole hearing just happened here in Lovelock, Nevada, for O.J. Simpson. And this is, I mean, I don't know, people seem to think that this is going to be based on what happened at his trial, which was years and years and years ago. But
right.
The parole board explained explicitly in the very beginning that this would have nothing at all to do with that. It had nothing to do with it in the very beginning, and it has nothing to do with it now, and they can't use that to base their decision today, which, of course, all 4 parole board members paroled him.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it, and I thought to myself, there's no way he's not going to get the parole based on everything I'm hearing here, that for whatever you thought of what happened, 23 years ago, or even the 23 years ago obviously was completely irrelevant to the hearing here, but this one, it really was based on what he has been like in his 9 years in prison.
Right, and I think that a lot of people are very confused. Well, how can you defend him? It has nothing to do with being defensive. I mean, I'm looking at all these other Facebook posts and Twitter posts and, all the social media that I have, which is quite a bit, and I'm looking at the comments. He's nothing but a murderer and a criminal. No, he's not. He does not have a criminal record.
Right.
He does not have a criminal record.
Oh, he does have a criminal record.
They had to take that in.
But in Nevada, for this.
Before he was arrested for this, he had no criminal record.
Right.
And this is what the parole board was going by.
Yes.
And that's what they're supposed to go by. Well, he was arrested for this and for that. Apparently, he has no criminal record, because if the Nevada parole board got it wrong, somebody would have said something a long time ago.
Sure.
Right? So they have to take off the rhetoric and the opinion hat, and they have to go with the facts. And, those pesky facts tend to get in the way, regardless of whether or not, the prosecuting side during the trial with his estranged wife at the time, Nicole Brown Simpson, they failed to do their job.
Right.
And a murderer got off. They failed to do their job. So, but does that mean that he should not be paroled for this crime? He was acquitted of that crime. You can't take that into consideration. So I think they get the two confused.
Mm-hmm. Are people upset on your Facebook pages?
People are very upset, yes.
Oh,
people are upset that, they're not upset that they're upset that he's not being treated like the murderous criminal that he is.
Right.
But you can't say that.
Right. He wasn't on trial for murder in Nevada, nor was he in Arkansas or Rhode Island either.
Exactly. Well, not only that, the person that the victim in all of this, Bruce, his good friend, was at his parole hearing saying, let the man out. He paid his dues. Mm-hmm.
Like even
he's got a very
harsh sentence in the first place for given the crime that was involved here, and the way we heard OJ's side explain it. It just seems 9 years is a little long given that crime anyway.
Well, considering also that he had no criminal record beforehand. The other people got 7 to 27 years. They had criminal records. 2 of them were out on parole. So you can't put those people into the mix because they had criminal records before. And they don't even get a chance for parole because of that.
Right. I have a hard time seeing anyone who's familiar with the legal process even being surprised, much less upset by the result today. And obviously OJ could still go up of violating parole, but I doubt it.
Of course he can.
Yeah.
Did you see his parole obligations, what he has to do?
No, I didn't even see it.
It's pretty lengthy. And they are definitely not going to allow even the slightest infraction, period. They will put his ass on a plane and ship him back to Nevada so fast. Uh-huh. And I don't know if you heard the beginning part of it. He had a 33-year prison sentence. Mm-hmm. Even if he's granted parole, they have already cut it in half. And even if he comes back, he will not go past 2022. His prison sentence would be up in 2022. I didn't catch how long the parole is going to be, so I'm not quite certain. How many years that parole is, I would imagine it's going to be 5 years at least. Uh-huh. But that I didn't get, so I'm not positive on that.
He's not truly free until he's 75 years old. And that's...
probably not.
Not young.
But, here's another thing people don't understand. They think that How much money do you think this man has right now?
I don't know. I mean, Florida was a smart move
Okay,
because of the Homestead Act, but I just don't know.
Well, the Homestead Act has nothing to do with this right now. If he buys a new home, the Homestead Act is going to protect that home. That's without question. But what he gets from the NFL, his pension, has accrued to $3.5 million.
Oh.
He also has because he's been in jail. The money's still there.
Right.
And nobody can touch it. Nobody. That is untouchable money. That's money that he can use. He gets $19,000 to $25,000. I heard conflicting statements. So $19,000 to $25,000 a month as part of his pension.
Oh.
So he has accrued $3.5 million that is earning, interest and whatever else he has it, wherever else it is. Plus, he has other items that cannot be touched, including this Homestead Act and including, other things that he's not going to be dependent on the state. That was another thing. That was an issue. Who's going to take care of you? Where are you going to go? How are you going to live? So I think people don't understand. There's no reason for him to screw this up. None.
Gotcha. No, I mean, it sounds like it's a good situation. Remember, he didn't have any expenses the last 9 years either. Once his trial was done and incarcerated, he lived cheap on the taxpayers of Nevada. I imagine in that part of Nevada you can live cheap.
You can. And the state of California gave him back his items. They gave him back. They said these belong to him.
That is a pretty amazing aspect of this that was overlooked.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what people don't understand. They don't get that. They said, no, he has to give those back to the Goldmans. No, he doesn't. These were given back to him. So they're items that have to be, whatever has to be done in accordance with whatever the law is. I think a $33 million judgment was already outrageous.
Addicted to Backlash? Not yet? Catch Adam Taxin, the host of Backlash, Monday through Thursdays, 6 to 7 p.m. for new episodes, as well as Backlash Rewind on Fridays, 6 to 7 p.m. for an action-packed recap of what was trending during the week. You can listen live by going to www.sharknationradio.com, or you can listen on demand by going to SoundCloud and typing in Shark Nation Radio, Twitter by typing in Shark Nation Radio, or YouTube by typing in, you guessed it, Shark Nation Radio. What is Backlash all about? We feature incredible guests, many of whom you know, and some that you will want to know. We discuss trending topics, especially the ones that the biased media might not want to cover. We bring you experts, and we keep it fun. Tune into Backlash on your computer or your smartphone.
Not to mention that I don't think that they're going to see very much of that, unfortunately.
Did you get it? Did the Goldmans speak up yet? Fred Goldman.
Yes, they did.
Was not shy about that kind of thing. What did he say?
Well, no, but they have nothing to say. I don't know why they would even be in a studio discussing anything with anybody. Their remarks and their comments have absolutely nothing to do with this case. And let me tell you something. If somebody stole my American Music Awards, my Grammy, all my platinum and gold records, and I found out where they were, I don't think I'd be very happy either. But I think I would have gone about it a little bit differently. But, I don't live the life that, O.J. Simpson has lived. I'm not in the limelight every day. People aren't following me every day. They're not trying to get information on me every single. No, they're not. I wish they were, but thank you.
All right.